जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवारधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रजजानरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रजजानरञ्जन यमुनातीरवनचारी यमुनातीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवारधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवारधारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Gaura Haribo Gaur Premanande Hari Haribo Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki समेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, chapter 6, chapter entitled The Yadu dynasty retires to Prabhash. Text 12. Please repeat after me. Pariyushtaya tava vibho vanamalayam samsparshadhini bhagavati pratipanti vatshri yasu pranitam amuiharhanam achadanno bhuyat sadangre ashubhasya dhumaketu pariyushtaya tava vibho vanamalayam samspardhini bhagavati pratipanti vatshri yasu pranitam amivarhanam adadanno bhuyat sadangre asuvasya dhumaketu pariyustaya tava vibho vanamalayam संस्पर्धिनी भगवती प्रतिपन्ति वत्श्री यासु प्रणीतम् अमिवर्हनम् अदादन्नो भूया सदाङ्ग्रेरसुवस्य धूमकेतु। Please chant. Anyone else? भगवती माता जी परियुक्तया तव विभो वनमालेयम् स्वामी भगवती प्रतिपत्नि वत्सु Word to word meaning, translation purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, Abhay Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada disciples ki jai. Pariyushtaya, worn out. Tava, your. Vibho, Almighty Lord. Banamalaya, by the flower garland. Yam, she. Samspardhini, feeling competitive. Bhagavati, the female counterpart of the personality of Godhead. Pratipatnivat, just like an envious co-wife. Shri, Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune. Ya, which Supreme Lord, yourself. Which Supreme Lord, yourself. Supranitam, so that it may be properly executed. Amuya, by this. Arhanam, the offering. Adadan, accepting. Na, our. Bhuyat, may Devi. Sada, always. Angri, the lotus feet. Asubha ashaya, of our impure desires. Dhumaketu, the fire of destruction. Translation: O Almighty Lord, so this is demigods, they are offering prayers. O Almighty Lord, you are so kind to your servants that you have accepted the withered flower garland that we have placed on your chest. Since the goddess of fortune makes her abode on your transcendental chest, she will undoubtedly become agitated like a jealous co-wife upon seeing our offering also dwelling there. Yet you are so merciful that you neglect your eternal consort Lakshmi and accept our offering as most excellent worship. O merciful Lord, may your lotus feet always act as a blazing fire to consume the inauspicious desires within our hearts. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita 9.26 it is stated, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhakta prayachati tadaham bhakti uparitam ashnami prayata atmana. Lord Krishna gratefully and happily accepts even the most meager offering from his loving devotee. Lord Krishna is conquered by his love of his pure devotees, just as a father is easily conquered by the most insignificant gift offered by his loving child. Unless a transcendentalist completely gives up the impersonal conception of life, he cannot make such a loving offering to the Lord. The process of meditation upon the super soul within the heart, called Dhyana Yoga, is not as pleasing to Krishna as Bhakti Yoga or devotional service. Because in Dhyana or meditation, the yogi is trying to satisfy himself and not the Lord by attaining mystic powers. Similarly, in order to acquire material benefits from the Lord, ordinary people worship God in temples, churches, and mosques. But one who desires actual spiritual perfection must be enlivened to always chant and hear the glories of the Lord. Such devotional enthusiasm is motivated by love of Godhead and is devoid of any selfish expectation. The Lord is so kind that he neglects his own eternal consort Lakshmi and gives preference to his humble devotee, just as a man will neglect the loving embrace of his wife when his affectionate child approaches him with a gift. Srila Jiva Goswami has pointed out that any garland worn by Lord cannot be faded because all of the Lord's personal paraphernalia is completely transcendental and spiritually opulent. Similarly, there is no possibility that mundane jealousy could appear in the character of Goddess of Fortune, who is as transcendental as Lord Krishna himself. Therefore, the statements of the demigods are to be considered as humorous words inspired by intense love of Godhead. The demigods enjoy the protection of Lakshmi and ultimately of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, and due to their confidence in the loving relationship with the Lord and his consort, they feel free to speak in a joking way. The sense of purport. We'll offer praise. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunlitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shriuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadhavaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshtarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Nama He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namasate Taptakanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Teno Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. This can be taken. I seek blessings of all the Vaishnavas, especially His Grace Prem Sarup Prabhu, Vrindavan Chari Prabhu, Srinidhi Prabhu, and all other devotees, so that I can speak something for my purification, something for the glorification of the Supreme Lord, and for the pleasure of all devotees. So this chapter describes how Brahma and Lord Shiva and Indra and also their associates, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Nagas, Rishis, and Kinnaras, and various hosts and hobgoblins who are the associates of Lord Shiva, sets off for Dwarka to request Lord Krishna to return back to his abode. Supreme Lord comes by the prayers of demigods headed by Brahma, and by their prayers to remove the burden of this world, Lord Krishna descends. And when his pastimes are over, now Lord Brahma and other demigods are requesting him to wind up his pastimes and go back to his own abode. So we see here that beginning that they go to Dwarka, and demigods are amazed. Demigods offer prayers that this two-handed form of Krishna, which is the most wonderful, is the source of all incarnation. Ete cham sakalapam sam Krishnastu Bhagavan Sayam. So Krishna, this Dibhuja Krishna, is a most enchanting form of Supreme Lord. Generally, the demigods are able to see only the Vishnu forms, like the Vamana Dev or Varaha or Narsimha Dev. But rarely they see the two-handed form of Krishna. So when they offered prayers also in the Shir Sagar, the Brahma was able to hear only the words, and the demigods are not able to hear that, what to speak of seeing. But now, as Krishna is winding up his pastimes, they are having the opportunity to see the beautiful form of Lord Krishna, the source of all incarnations. So they are praising their good fortune, that what good fortune we have received, that now we are able to see the whole form, transcendental form of this supreme beautiful Krishna. The yogis meditate in their heart, meditate on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. And after millions of years of meditation, they may get to see the Lord's lotus feet. But now, here we are getting the opportunity to see the whole form of Supreme Lord. So they are praising their good fortune. And they are offering wonderful prayers. They offered beautiful garlands brought from the heaven, and they are offering beautiful prayers. So the previous classes devotees have nicely narrated that the Srinidhi was narrating that the demigods are affected by the three modes of material nature, but they are amazed that though Supreme Lord is enacting pastimes, but he is completely free from the effect of three modes of material nature. He was given the example that Lord Krishna is having 16,108 beautiful queens. We hear the beauty of Rukmini Devi. Just by seeing her glance, so many kings fell down from their chariots and horses, just by seeing one glance. So beautiful. And Bhagavatam describes the queens of Dwarka, where their feminine gestures and their movements are so enchanting. But Lord Krishna was least agitated by that. He was completely unagitated by such beautiful queens. But he was only attracted by their loving devotion. So Lord Krishna is not affected by these three modes of material nature. How wonderful is that? And also they offered prayers that only by hearing and chanting about your glories that can purify our heart. And by taking shelter of the lotus feet strongly, one can cross over the ocean of material existence. So beautiful prayers offered by demigods. And in this verse also, he glorifies, the demigod glorifies. Jai Shri Nitai Gauranga Bhagavan ki jai. Jai Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. So in today's discussion, we'll be focusing on some of the qualities of the Lord that can be seen in this pastime. So some of the qualities will be described in today's class. So similar pastime of advent of Supreme Lord and then winding up his pastime, we can also see in the pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Before the advent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Advaita Acharya comes, almost like 50 years before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And seeing the pathetic condition of Navadip and actually rest of the world, Advaita Acharya was feeling so compassionate, and he was feeling himself incapable of delivering them. That is why he called up Supreme Lord with his loud calling. He read one verse from Gautamiya Tantra. Tulasi dalamatrena jalasya chulukena va vikrinite swamatmanam bhaktebhyo bhaktavassala. So tulasi dalamatrena jalasya chulukena va. If a devotee with loving devotion offers simple Ganges water and a tulasi leaf, Lord becomes indebted to the devotee, so much so that he sells to that devotee. Such is the nature of the Lord, that he gets purchased by the loving devotion of the devotee. So reading this verse from Gautamiya Tantra inspired Advaita Acharya. So every day he was worshipping Saligram Shila and offering Ganges water and loudly praying intensely to Supreme Lord to manifest and deliver the people of this world. And we see that, but the prayers, loud prayers of Advaita Acharya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descends to this world and exhibits his supreme mercy. Parama Karuna Paho Duijana Nitai Gaurachanda. Delivers the people of South India. That is why I see so many South Indian devotees. And not only South India, North India and Navadip. Like this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enacts his supreme pastimes. And then, when the time comes, Advaita Acharya sends a coded message through Jagdananda Pandit. Mahaprabhu was at that time in Nilachal Dham, was performing his Antarlila, his concluding pastimes of separation from Krishna. And Advaita Acharya through Jagdananda Pandit sends a coded message to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it comes as Sri Chaitanya Chaitamrita Antarlila. So we'll recite. Baul ke kahiya loke hoila baula. Baul ke kahiya hate na bikaya chaula. So this is such a coded message that nobody could understand. So Baul ke kahiya. So Baul, Advaita Acharya is referring to Sri Chaitanya. Baul means a madman. So Advaita Acharya is referring to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Baul. Baul ke kahiya loke hoila baula. Look, people of this world are now mad with the love of Godhead, in the transcendental ecstasy of love of Godhead. So they also have become mad. So they also have become Baul. Baul ke kahiya This bowl is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to tell Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hate na bikai chawal. Now there is no hate, means in the marketplace, na bikai. There is no demand of chawal, of rice. So there is no demand of rice in the marketplace. The meaning is that now people all over the world are swimming in the transcendental ecstasy of love of Godhead. So there is no demand for love of Godhead, because everyone's everyone has got this love of Godhead. So hate na bikaye chawal. And then another message is said, बाउल के कहिया काए नाही का आउला. बाउल के कहिया इहा कहिया छे बाउला. बाउल के कहिया, tell to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, काहे नाही का आउला. No longer people are interested in this material world. So Bahul ke kahiya, iha kahiya che baula. And tell Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that another madman. So Advaita Acharya is referring to himself. Bahul ke kahiya, iha kahiya che baula. Tell to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that another madman, Advaita Acharya, has spoken these words. Nobody could understand. Even Swarup Damodar was such intimate associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also told Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is the meaning of this? And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just laughed. He told, Mahaprabhu could understand that now Advaita Acharya is asking me to wind up the pastimes. But Mahaprabhu said, I also could not understand. But later on we see that after this message came from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doubled his ecstasy of separation. And further he concluded his pastime. So my purpose of telling is that is something different, to highlight a very important quality of Supreme Lord, is that Supreme Lord becomes subservient to the order of his devotees. He comes because the devotee desires intensely, so that it can bring the most auspicious good fortune for the people of this world. And when the pastime is over, by the desire of the devotee, Supreme Lord winds up his pastimes. Just like what is happening here in Lord Krishna's pastime. Lord Krishna is performing this Mausal Leela. First, Yadavas are in a very precarious fight. They go back to the spiritual world, and Lord Krishna also goes back. So by the desire of Brahma and other demigods, Krishna winds up his pastimes. So Lord Krishna becomes subservient to the order of his devotees. In many pastimes we can see that. Krishna becomes the chariot driver of Arjuna. And the field, Kurukshetra battlefield, how Arjuna was driving the chariot, if the instruction has to be given that you go right, there's so much noise in the battlefield that just by telling you it cannot be done. So Arjuna has to put his right leg on right shoulder of Krishna. Then Krishna would move right. And if he has to move left, then Arjuna would put left feet on Krishna's left shoulder. Like this, there was movement. So you can see how Krishna becomes such a minion servant of his devotee. So much so, not just Arjuna's servant, he becomes a servant of the Arjuna's servant, the horses. The horses became so tired after the war, so Krishna takes them near a pond which is created by Arjuna and feeds makes him drink water to the horse and massages the feet of the horses. So Krishna becomes a servant of the horses of Arjuna. So Krishna becomes servant of like servant of his devotees. So actually Krishna doesn't like to be Krishna, more than his enacting his godlike pastimes, he wants to be servant of his devotees. There he gets the highest pleasure. And the supreme manifestation of this is in the Vrindavan Dham, where Krishna becomes servant of all the Brajavasis. You see that Krishna is lifting the shoes of Nanda Maharaj. Krishna is fearful by the chastisement of Mother Yashoda. Krishna dances with the orders of the gopis. So in Vrindavan, Krishna is completely in the captive of the Brajavasis. They can do as they like. So such is the loving nature of Supreme Lord. And when one hears such a loving nature of the Supreme Lord, that inspires one to surrender to that personality. So this is a very wonderful quality of Supreme Lord that time and again inspires the heart of the sadhaka, that how Lord has such wonderful relationship with pure devotees. So that gives inspiration to the sadhaka to revive that loving relationship. So that is the one inspiration in the life of a sadhaka, that which you can see in this pastime, that Krishna is becoming subservient to his devotees. Also in this pastime we see that demigods are telling that though Mother Lakshmi sits in the heart, in the chest, but you are still accepting our meager offering of this garland. So very beautifully Srila Prabhupada disciples highlight the quality of Krishna, that Krishna accepts offering from everyone, even if it's very meager. I mentioned this verse, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yo Me Bhakta Prayachati. So for Krishna actually what matters is the loving devotion. It's not the external gift. It may be fabulous, it may be very materially very attractive, or it may be very simple. But Lord Krishna is actually looking for, because in this verse, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yo Me Bhakta Prayachati Tadaham Bhakta Uparitam Ashnami Prayata Atmanam. This bhakti element comes two times. So from this verse actually Krishna is demonstrating that is this bhakti that I am looking for. Is the loving devotion that counts. Generally in our dealings with others also, when someone gives a gift, actually Radhanath Maharaj would remember his mother. So his mother would repeat, it's the thought that counts. Right? The thought that is, the gift is actually, the offering is just a manifestation from the what is there in the heart, right? But if there is no feeling in the heart, then the gifts, even if it's very materially attractive, it is very hollow. It doesn't touch the heart. And even if the offering is very simple, but if it's offered with heartfelt offering, it's offered with love, it's offered with genuine feelings, then it's very attractive, even if it's very simple. Similarly, Supreme Lord is also a person, right? The Supreme Lord is not attracted by material opulence. He is the source of all opulence. He is Lakshmipati. He is the source of whatever exists. So what we can give to him? But when we offer our sincere devotion, that attracts the Supreme Lord. We can see in Krishna's pastime that Krishna is not attracted by the Chappan Bhog of Duryodhana. Rather, Krishna goes to the house of Vidura and Vidurani offers him the peels of banana, not even banana. But that was with so much devotion that Krishna was attracted by that. Krishna was tasting. For them, for Krishna, it was a big feast. Then the Chapan Bhog. Sudama brings such meager offering of poha. Such that is also not high quality. But Krishna, when tastes that offering of poha, Krishna tells that I have not tasted such nectarian item before. So what Krishna was tasting? Krishna was actually tasting the loving devotion of Sudama. That is much tasty than that what actually brings out the taste. That is Krishna's great quality, that he is attracted by this loving devotion. And this loving devotion, everyone has the opportunity to offer. Everyone can offer heartfully with devotion to Supreme Lord. That is why anyone can become a devotee of the Lord. Right? Lord is equal to everyone, in the sense that Lord gives equal opportunities to become His devotees. Though Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Samoham sarva bhuteshu name desho sina priya ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mai te tesho chapeham. Krishna says that I am partial to those who are my devotees. Right? Krishna is partial to his devotees. But is Krishna partial? Is Krishna partial? Because anyone can become his devotee. Right? So actually Krishna is impartially partial. Means Krishna gives equal opportunities to everyone to become devotee. Anyone can become his devotee. Anyone can offer his devotion to Supreme Lord. And whoever offers his devotion, Krishna favors him. So Krishna is impartially partial. So actually people of this world, actually they want such non-judgmental relationship where people are not judged based on their skills and expertise. So that is why we should inform people about such loving God who doesn't judge, who only sees our loving devotion. So that is why these qualities of the Supreme Lord should be highlighted very much when we preach to the people. Because not knowing these wonderful qualities, people take to impersonal path. But when they will know that Supreme Lord is equal to everyone, Supreme Lord favors no one, because he is Atmaram. Such non-judgmental relationship actually will satisfy the heart of people. People want to develop such relationship, and that need is completely fulfilled when one establishes relationship with the Supreme non-judgmental Lord. Also, you see the pastimes of Hanuman and squirrel, right? So Hanuman is such a dear devotee of Supreme Lord Ram. It's like Lord. One time Narad Muni was visiting Ayodhya, and there he saw one diary where he saw his own name, Narad Muni. But he searched the whole list. There was no name of Hanuman. So Narad Muni asked Lord Ram, there is no mention of Hanuman. So then Lord Ram takes out one more secret diary, and there he shows it to Narad Muni. And there in the top of list, the name was there of Hanuman. So Lord Ram told that diary which you saw initially was the devotees who constantly remembers me. And the diary that is I am showing now is the devotees whom I remember constantly. And in top of list there was the name of Hanuman. So Hanuman was such a intimate devotee of Lord Ram. But such an intimate devotee, Hanuman, we see this instance of is bridging the, making the bridge, that he chastises Hanuman. That, oh Hanuman, you should not belittle this squirrel, who is also equally putting his effort. So Hanuman was putting big boulders, big stones, and making the bridge, and the squirrel was just putting some sand particles. But Lord was equally pleased by both of their efforts. So it's a sincere effort, sincere devotion that Lord is attracted. And Lord can equally reciprocate with such devotees. So here in this pastime, Lord is equally favoring the demigods and accepting their prayers and their garland, and at the same time, though Lakshmiji sits on the chest of Lord, but here the demigods are understanding that Lord is Lord. This is the Lord's nature, that He, a simple offering also He accepts. So this is the second nature that we can see in these pastimes. And the third aspect is that the demigods, generally if we see the prayers of the demigods, they offer wonderful prayers, but after that they ask for material benediction of material things. We see in the pastimes of Vritrasura, when the demigods are greatly fearful by this great demon Asura, Vritrasura. So they approach Supreme Personality of Godhead and started offering prayers. So they offer many prayers, but after that they ask for the weapon or the way by which they can kill Vritrasura. So Lord was very pleased by their offers, by their prayers, but once they asked this benediction, Lord started regretting. Arey, you could have asked for pure devotional service, and you are asking this material things, material aspiration. So Lord was not satisfied, but He told, okay, approach Dadichi and make Bajra from that, and by that you can kill Vritrasura. So generally we see the demigods, they are mixed devotees. They have mixed desires. They are obedient to Supreme Lord also, but they have a propensity for enjoyment also. Quite a similar nature of ours. Although demigods are very elevated, we have a desire to render devotional service, to please Hari Guru Vaishnava. At the same time, we have desire for some secret enjoyment. So demigods prayers and demigods activity, we can see that mixed activities. They're sometimes obedient to the Supreme Lord, but sometimes they're also having mixed desires to enjoy fruitive results. But here we see that they are actually offering their attitude and their desires as like pure devotees. How is it so? So this is one contemplation that I thought that here actually they are getting the association of Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, who are like pure devotees. So by their association, actually, their desires also are purified. So this is the effect of association of great devotees. By the power of their desire, by the power of their association, actually our desires also become like pure devotional service, that of pure devotional service. So that is the greatness of the pure devotees, that by their association they can transform our desires. Though we may have materialistic ambitions, materialistic inauspicious desires in our heart, but when we take association of pure devotees, their association, because they are completely devoid of any material desires, their hearts are full with spiritual desires. So when we approach such pure personalities, our inauspicious desires also transforms and spiritual desires awakens. We can see in Srila Prabhupada went to West, and the hippies and the people of the Western world, they're breaking all regulatory principles. They're having so much sinful desires. But by the association of Srila Prabhupada, who was full with spiritual desires, transformed their heart. And by their association, they become such wonderful Vaishnavas that now they are creating a revolution in this world. So that is the power of association of pure devotees. So demigods here, by the association of Brahma and Shiva, or the pure devotees of Supreme Lord, their desires also transform. So in our life also, if we take the association of great advanced Vaishnavas whose heart is filled with Bhakti Bhav, his heart is filled with pure desires to serve Lord, and there is no material contamination. So by their association, actually our desires can also be transformed. That is why we should regularly take association of great souls, because that will transform our desires. It's the association of such great personalities which inspires the sadhakas who are having mixed desires to elevate into the level of pure desires. So it's very important that that we associate regularly, and actually just like here, the demigods are experiencing great. It's mentioned that they're feeling love of Godhead. How come so that they're feeling love of Godhead? So this is actually Krishna's great gift, that when we are in the association of great devotees, great bhakti bhava appears in our heart, right? Sometimes we can see we go in some yatras like Kartik Yatra, or we go serve some pure devotee or some advanced devotee. We see that our heart is also filled with lot of devotion, and it may seem like we have become pure devotee, but we should understand that this is just this Krishna's gift. Like initial days of our bhakti also, like I remember we went to Utkarsh camp, and I was and Sri Krishna Chaitanya Maharaj, that time Ekalavya Prabhu was doing kirtan, and 700 youth devotees were dancing in the temple hall of Radha Madhava, and everyone is in complete ecstasy. They are sweating, they are perspiring, but everyone is in great ecstasy. Like time became paused, I think. Everyone is dancing ecstatically. They forgot all bodily limitations, and Maharaj also doing kirtan. So it was like a feeling of great eruption of bhakti. Obviously, such feelings rarely occur now. But these are actually great moments, great spiritual emotions that sometimes happen in our heart because of association of advanced devotees. But one should release those moments. One should, if possible, note down those moments. And whenever there is a difficulty in our life, one should recall those moments. That will give inspiration in the time of difficulty. That will help us to overcome that difficulty. That Krishna has bestowed so much wonderful experiences. So let me continue. And as we become more and more pure, as our anarthas are more and more purified, we can see these experiences will become regular. It will regularly appear. And as we become more and more, it will become constant. For like pure devotees, like a constant experience. These are constant experience. They are constantly experiencing the eruptions of love of Godhead. So as we become more and more pure, these experiences will become more and more regular. One of the results of pure devotional service is Sandarananda Visheshatma, that the bhakti becomes more and more thick. The experiences become more and more thick. So that that will happen as we become more and more pure. But at our level also, even if these eruptions are not happening regularly, but whatever Krishna gives, whatever these experiences Krishna gives of devotional sentiment, we should keep them in core of our hearts, and uh, time to time relish and remember those moments. That will inspire our hearts to continue, even if we are struggling, even if we are going through challenges, even if we are facing difficulties. By remembering such those experiences, that will inspire us to continue move further. So the demigods are offering this wonderful praise because of the demigods are offering this love of Godhead because of this association of Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. So that is why one should regularly take the association of pure devotee, because by their bhakti bhav, by their pure devotion service, by their powerful association, those experiences, those desires are reawakened. So that is why a sadhaka should regularly take shelter of such pure devotees. So that will inspire us, that will help us to move forward. So in today's discussion, we discussed about first Krishna's quality of becoming subservient to the order of his devotees. Then we discussed that Krishna favors no one. Krishna is equal to everyone, and Krishna accepts the offering of everyone. So Krishna is equal because he gives equal opportunities to everyone to perform bhakti. And Krishna is non-judgmental, and people are looking for this non-judgmental relationships. And then third, we discussed about how the association of great souls transform our desires. So by regularly taking association of such great devotees, we experience deep emotions, and by relishing these emotions can help us go through difficult, turbulent times in our lives as a sadhaka. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hare Krishna. Please forgive me for anything said beyond my realization, and please pray that I can apply them in my life. Hare Krishna.